I'm so mad. I'm so mad. I did the whole thing. And it was perfect. It was beautiful. I didn't press record. Good evening, everybody. My name is Jamie. I use they, it pronouns, and this is going to be a walkthrough tutorial on how I made my Sailor Moon wig, which is my pride and joy at the moment. I'm so proud of it. It took about a week to do. It was a lot less complicated than I thought it was going to be, but it was still really challenging, definitely the most challenging wig that I've made. I'm very proud of it, as I've said already. I'm proud of it, I'm excited. Yeah. We are starting with a pre-washed and dried wig, and I am just pinning the wig to the wig head here and brushing it out. This is the Sailor Moon wig from Epic Cosplay Wigs in Butterscotch Blonde. I cut and styled this wig earlier in the year, and because of that I am going to need to sew on new wig wefts later on. If you buy this new, you may not need to. I can't really remember how long the fringe was before. My first attempt in styling this wig, it was really hard to walk around all day at the con. It was so heavy, and by the end of the day the buns had pretty much just fallen on the floor. So to start, I'm splitting the wig into different sections, thingy at the front number 1, thingy at the front number 2, and only one of the buns, leaving out one to attempt, keyword attempt, to put these into buns. I also tied the two things together at the front. And of course, the most important step of all is to stub your toe on your bed. Like some kind of idiot. Now is where things go downhill. I ran into the same problem I did last time, and that was how to get the buns to sit cleanly on top of the wig without all those bumps you get. Gravity was not on my side while I was brushing it upwards into a ponytail, so I got my brother to hold it upside down for me. And this didn't work for a number of reasons. For one, they weren't very stable. Their arm hurt, and the end result just wasn't as good as it could be. So in the morning, this happened. I got a shovel, put it in a bucket with rocks to stabilize, drilled a hole in the wig head, shoved a pole through it, and this made the wig more stable. So now I am just brushing and steaming the wig. Well, actually, I don't have a steamer. This is an iron. It still works though. Once you have it to your desired smoothness, it's time to put it into a ponytail. I'll put a more in-depth tutorial in the description that was really helpful for me to look back on through this process. Here is where I noticed that one of the wig wefts has come loose. So I'm just sewing that back in, and once I've done that and I put the ponytail in, we're done with step 1. And just look at how pretty it is. To give it a bit more strength, I'm adding some more elastics before chopping off the ponytails. Unfortunately, my camera stopped filming for a second because I ran out of storage. The lost footage was just me trimming down the nubs and applying hot glue all over them to ensure that they never come undone. So up next is carving a hole into the styrofoam balls about the size of the nubs that we just made. I'm just using an old craft knife to do this. Really, all I'm doing is eyeballing here. I'm not doing any precise measurements with this. And wow, my hands are just so bright here. You could say that I'm luminescent. When you're done carving, this is a good time to clean up your space ready for the next part. Once you have carved out the right-sized hole, open up one of the buns, place the ball inside, and then close it around, only leaving out the hole, and then tie a knot together using the remaining drawstring. When you have it in the right position, pin the bun to the balls and then superglue them together. After the glue dries, place them onto the base wig and brush them out. You are then going to grab an elastic band and put it over the top of the bun. After, add a shitload of hairspray so that it will keep its shape once you remove the elastic. cut the excess hair off the bun. I found it easier to take the bun off the base wig to do this, but unfortunately that was off camera. I originally was going to use magnets to attach them, but I opted to use super glue instead. It was just more convenient this way. This is when I took off the elastics and proceeded to add some more super glue. Now it's time to attend to the long forgotten front of the wig. I'm going to add these 15-inch wig wefts, also in Butterscotch Blonde. I'm not exactly pinning them to the wig, I'm just stabbing them with a pin and hoping it goes into the wig head. I am sewing with a curved needle and using backstitch, which was so much easier than using a regular needle. I didn't need to use much of the wefts. All I needed was 2 layers on top of each other across the fringe for a more full look. Now it is really important that you sew these on securely because you gotta tease the shit out of these bangs. Just after you finish that, brush it out, and doing this will give the bangs more volume, especially after they have been curled. Next, I'm trimming the wig into a V shape and then adding rollers. Now, the rollers didn't work for me. I'm not sure if it's something I did wrong or these rollers just don't work for wigs, I don't know. So I brushed it out and opted with doing pin curls instead. I simply twirled the desired hair around my finger, secured it with the bobby pin and lathered on that hairspray, only adjusting the bobby pins so that they were no longer visible. Now it's time for the twin tails. I would recommend doing this before the buns have been put into place. This will guarantee that the ribbon's not seen and it just gives a cleaner look and a better finished product. But I was stupid and didn't think about that. Once I had them into the place I wanted, I did a couple knots and added a bit of super glue. For the finishing touches, I brushed them out, gave them a steam, a straighten, and a light coating of hairspray. For the last detail with her hair pieces, I just glued some pins to the back and stabbed it into the styrofoam balls. I recently wore this wig at Oz Comic Con. It was a really fun con. The buns didn't fall off, the hair piece at the top, it didn't fall off. The only notes were that some of the curls did come undone because they're just pinned there, but that's not too tragic really. You can just quickly fix that in the bathroom, which is what I had to do. I hope this was helpful for you. Like and subscribe.